Namaste, beloveds. This is Mother with Wisdom, and I just finished a training session that I'm in. I've been in it all day, and I'm just so filled with spirit and so pumped. I just felt um, moved to do a um, tarot reading. I'm going to just pull three cards from three different decks. I'm going to use the Isis Oracle first. And so I'm shuffling and I'm just going to see what comes up and go from there, beloveds. Like I said, I just feel so full of energy and I just want to share. So this is just a very general reading. And the card that came through was Enter the Chamber of Healing, Healing in the Divine Chamber of Lady Isis. And this is the card. And let's see what it says. And again, this will be a very brief reading. I just wanted to share some of this energy and share some of my spirit along with um, the spirit of this evening. So enter the chamber. So on page 54, that's a 9. So that, for me, that is a powerful number. 54. Okay, here we go. Enter the chamber of healing. Healing in the divine chamber of the Lady Isis. A spiritual gift of healing is coming to you now. Be open, without expectation or preconceived notions, and allow the healing from the Lady Isis, mistress of magic, to help you find the best solution for any situation that does not appear to be as it should be. Take your time and create space into which her magic and energy can flow now. Expect your miracle. And this is what the card says, beloved. This oracle comes to you as a messenger. Prepare for great changes because they are on their way now. When the divine Lady Isis offers you a healing gift of magic, it is something to accept as a gift of unconditional love. With open arms, it will be offered without agenda, with the only intent being for your highest good and spiritual growth. It will not necessarily look or feel like you expected, but you will realize in the unfoldment of the process or circumstance that it was a spiritual healing gift from the divine, even though you may not have immediately recognized it as such at the time. You will be able to recognize the healing by the experience of it and its effect, even before the complete resolution of the issue at hand. The experience will be that the issue is somehow lifted from you, and the effect will be that the issue seems genuinely out of your control, and yet not out of your control. This is the way that the gift of healing can come to you. Time in sacred space to complete and reflect, to contemplate and reflect is extremely helpful to receive divine intervention as consciously, swiftly, and fully as possible. Sacred space can be a physical place that allows you to put your day to day activities and thoughts to one side and instead indulge in just being as you are in that moment. It might be a place in nature, your meditation place or healing room, or a sanctuary that you have where you can be alone for a time, or even a meditation group or healing circle. Sacred space allows you to simply be, to not have to think, sort things out, or analyze, but to open, rest, allow inspiration or guidance to come as and when it chooses, and to allow for the mysteries of healing to occur. I'm going to stop for one moment because I feel that I've received this gift through the training that I had today. It was just very magnificent. And one of the things that I am working on in this training is accepting the leadership title, the word, the role, the energy, the frequency, the spectrum, and the essence of what that word means to me, and determining it and manifesting it within my life. So let me keep going. It is important when entering sacred space that we do not set an agenda or have specific expectations. We do not we do not have to think anything more than I dedicate this space to the divine within. We're not attempting to find solutions, but actively letting go mentally and emotionally, and allowing ourselves to go into a peaceful state, relaxed but not numb. We can often have guidance, inspiration, clarity, and knowing drop into our awareness. Excuse me. We don't need to actively seek these things. They can just happen when we create open space. And that is what is happening for me. Healing happens most powerfully when there is space, openness, and allowing. We let go for healing to flow. Time in sacred space will help you receive the inner adjustments that you need for the healing magic of the Lady Isis to be able to teach you, to reach you with full boldness and genius. Ritual of the Chamber of Healing. Ideally, do this exercise physically, but if you cannot, then visualize it instead. Do it with the intention to surrender into sacred space and receive the healing love of Isis. When we hold an intention to surrender into sacred space, we are opening up to other realms. Intentional surrender transforms an action into an element of ritual. That's what that training was for me today. Instead of simply acting, we imbue our activity with focused energy. It is the intention to surrender into sacred space that transforms a walk in the park into an inner journey into the chamber of healing. Take yourself to a place in nature that you love, a beach, beside a lake, in a forest, sand dunes, or cave. It might even be near a favorite plant, animal, perhaps a pet, or your favorite tree in a garden or parkland. Go to any place that feels nourishing to you at this time. Quietly, in your heart, imagine connecting with the light of your own divine essence. Sense it with your heart as an outstretched pair of golden white wings, glowing and growing with light and beauty. Then just relax. Sit or walk and enjoy the space. Do nothing in particular. You may touch your surroundings, feeling the bark of the trees or gathering shells and making patterns on the sand. Watch the waves and the lines left on the shore as they retreat, or listen to the leaves of the trees as the breeze moves through them. Feel the cool smoothness of rocks or stones. Just enjoy. Be in your body. And if you are finding it hard to stop thinking, to switch off, imagine that you don't have a head, that you are just a body. Feel and connect with the space, and let your mind settle into the physical sensation of being in that beautiful place. Rest. When you are ready to contemplate your ritual, you may like to repeat the incantation below. And this is the incantation, beloveds. You can say this incantation to boost any healing process, whether it seemed to have started already or it is still below the level of your conscious awareness. And this is the incantation. Healing comes, healing flows, healing blossoms, and it shows. I thank Lady Isis for her love and light. Her healing gift through spiritual night brings me now to the light of this day, and healing blossoms without delay. And I want to thank the Lady Isis. I want to thank Elena Fairchild for this very powerful deck. I want to thank Spirit for the inspiration that's led me to do this. And I see myself having entered into this healing chamber once again, a new being. And so it's very powerful. And now I'm going to move to the second deck, and the card will come from the Medicine Woman Inner Guidebook by Carol Bridges. I'm sorry. And I'm just going to shuffle and see what comes through for us, beloveds. Because, like I said, it's been a very powerful day, and part of the training was getting away from identifying your mind and understanding that the words that were used was the itty bitty shitty committee. And I remember back in the day it was called the peanut gallery. We can look at them as our shadow thoughts, our ego, just different. I'm going to take this card. This card is the Three of Arrows. And let's see what it says. I'll show you the card. Very powerful. Wow. Very powerful card. Notice the bow. Notice the arrow. Notice the bison or bull or buffalo. Notice the heart, the pierced heart. It's funny because I just asked for a pierced heart. And the spirit. The spirit is holding a star. The spirit is female. I see arrows. There are 3 arrows. And the 4th one has pierced the bison's or the buffalo's heart. So this is very powerful. These are the 3 beings there. There are 3 arrows as well. Okay, let's get to it. 3 of arrows. Okay, here we go. There's a prayer, and so I'll read the prayer. I allow the information I need to come to my senses by paying attention to what is before me. I see that the world gives me whatever is needed if I simply open my eyes and ears. The world is giving me constant feedback on the thoughts I hold in my mind. It provides clues to where I might find what I am looking for. I pause. I listen. I follow my heart. Grandmother, guide me with the star bright song of your timeless way. I seek to bring plenty to my people. That's so powerful, beloveds, because I started this day off with a woman's song, and I can't remember right off the top of my head who sings it, but it's on my Facebook page, and it's called A Woman's Song, and I'm sure if you Google it or if you put it in the search on YouTube, you will find it there as well. So, let's get to the lesson of this card. Your thoughts must travel through your heart. If your action began with attunement to the I am mind of the all perfect universe, then what is coming to you now should be plenty of what you want. The buffalo is the North American native symbol of plenty. It provided food, clothing, and shelter materials for many tribes. It was respected, fully utilized, and appreciated. When it was around, no one went without. Consider the needs of your people in your aims. I must stop just for a moment. That's so very important for me because, again, this week in this training for me is about leadership, and it's about I've been spirit led all my life, but I have never felt myself to be a leader. And so, although I've had, excuse me, many leadership roles, um, president of certain clubs and groups in school, um, leader in discussions and debates and certain things of that nature. So I don't consider myself to be, I've never considered myself to be a follower, but I've never considered myself to be what that word leader is to me. And it has so many definitions to me. And I guess I have never seen myself in that role. And accepting that now, I'm being told this is where you need to go. You need to lead. And what are you leading? Who are you leading? You're leading yourself, your lower self, into a higher state of conscious awareness. And then you're leading others onto a path that will help them do the same thing. Leading leading human beings out of suffering. Leading human beings out of the need to suffer, for the earth to suffer, for animals to suffer. So, like I said, this is a lot that I'm looking at. It's a lot that's unfolding, but these cards are showing me that listen to your heart. Listen to your heart and allow your heart to be pierced. That's one of the things I said the first day of this training, that I wanted my heart to be pierced. And here we go, um, with the symbolization of the Native American buffalo. So let me just finish, beloveds. If you find yourself with plenty of disappointment, it is time to look to your thoughts again and into your heart. Do you set out to achieve a goal your heart was not into? Did you override deep feelings within? Were your goals overlooking the needs of others? Are there unkind words now piercing your heart and limiting your vision? Listen, words can be stab words, S words, or salve words. I don't like you or I forgive you. Your sword words can cut away the problem or wound the one with whom you are experiencing the problem. Pay attention. Aim to foster love. And again, like I said, that's all in harmony with how my energy has been flowing. Um, about 3 nights ago, I think it was, I posted um, some messages from the Bible about the sword and the word, and also from the Wu-Tang, the liquid sword. So all of this is flowing together, and I see how it's coming together. And I will, the number 3 and the buffalo and the piercing of the heart with an arrow. Um, those are things for me to meditate on. The last card will be pulled from messages from your animal. There we go. Messages from your animal spirit guides. And let's see which animal comes forth to give us some wisdom for tonight. We got polar bear. Polar bear, stand up for yourself and speak your truth respectfully and compassionately with no attachment to outcome. Polar bear. And let's see what Stephen D. Farmer has to say about polar bear. It's on page 94, which is a 13, which is a 4, which is a number that has also been coming up for me. And I've been posting about it on Facebook. I did a radio show on it and everything. So, again, everything is in alignment, beloveds. Polar bear, stand up for yourself and speak your truth respectfully and compassionately with no attachment to outcome. When you express yourself from your heart and from a place of power, it is an unbeatable combination. You don't need to growl or bully, nor do you need to fade into the background and deny yourself the opportunity to directly affect the situation by showing up and being completely present. Even when you're simply listening, you are forced to be reckoned with. Ask for what you want and see what happens. Don't get worked up about how it turns out. You may or may not get what you want, but at least your chances are much better if you do ask. As for setting boundaries with others, such as saying no to requests or demands, when you do so, they may respect those boundaries or try to test them. If they do test the limits you've set, stand your ground, be clear, and don't apologize. Approach the situation with the purity and innocence of a child and the focused intensity of a true warrior, one who doesn't speak or act from anger, but from a place of truth and dignity. Know that when you do so, you will have nothing to fear. And the associations with the polar bear is fearlessness, purity, leadership, powerful provider, self control, strength, wisdom, nobility, conservation, intensity, playfulness, and adaptability. And that is going to do it for this reading, beloveds. And I hope you have enjoyed it. The energies that came through were excellent. The wisdom of the information was very powerful and uplifting. And for me, it is letting me know that everything is flowing according to the way it needs to be flowing right now in this cycle and season of my life. And again, I just wanted to share that with you. I hope it helps you the way it has helped me. Namaste, peace and blessings. And I'll be talking with you soon.